1 million years ago, before humans ruled the earth and before fire was even known, the skis ruled over the land. The forests were vast, the rivers endless, and the world was raw, untamed, and wild. Among the highest cliffs where clouds brushed the rocks lived a creature that carried the wisdom of the skis, an eagle named Aris. Aris was no ordinary eagle. His wings spanned over 2 men's height, and his golden eyes could see beyond horizons. He was the guardian of the valley, the eagle's nest, a place sacred to all creatures who dwelled beneath the ancient sun. But even guardians face storms. And even the mighty fall. The world before time. The world of that age was beautiful yet brutal. The winds carved the mountains, the seas roared without end, and survival was not a choice, it was destiny. Every creature, from the smallest beetle to the largest beast, fought daily for a reason to live. Aris's nest sat upon the tallest cliff overlooking the valley of the eternal light, a place where the morning sun first touched the earth. Below, herds of ancient deer grazed, rivers sparkled like mirrors, and far in the shadows, hunters prowled. Aris was born into this world as a survivor. His mother had fought off storms and beasts to protect her eggs. His father never returned. And so from the moment his wings first opened, Aris learned that life in the wild was not about fairness, it was about courage. The first flight. The first time Aris tried to fly, he failed. He stood on the cliff's edge, heart thundering, wings trembling. The world stretched endlessly before him, and for a moment he believed he could conquer it. But as he leapt, a violent wind knocked him sideways, throwing him down the rocky slope. Pain shot through his wings, his cries echoing through the valley. For days he lay there, broken, bleeding, and hungry. No one came, not even his mother. Because in that age, no one could afford to rescue another. Only the strong survived. But one day, as the cold rain poured and lightning tore the sky apart, a shadow appeared, a creature not of his kind. It was a small wolf cub, limping, drenched, and starving just like him. The cub approached him, sniffed his feathers, and lay beside him for warmth. And so began one of the most unlikely friendships of that forgotten world, between a fallen eagle and a lonely wolf. The bond of the broken. Days turned to nights and nights into weeks. Aris learned to crawl, to stretch his wings again. The cub, whom he named Luno, learned to hunt small prey, bringing food to share. Together, they taught each other survival. When predators came, Aris warned with his piercing cries. When Aris was weak, Luno guarded him fiercely. In their pain, they found strength. In their struggle, they found family. But the valley was changing. Storms came more often, prey grew scarce, and far to the north, a mountain began to rumble, the first signs of the great volcanic awakening that would soon change the world forever. The storm of fire. The sky darkened for days. The earth shook like a living creature. Trees fell, rivers boiled, and ash began to rain from the heavens. Luno and Aris fled higher into the mountains, where they believed the eagle's nest would protect them. But nature had other plans. As the volcano erupted, rivers of molten fire tore through the valley. The air burned, and the cries of dying beasts echoed endlessly. The two friends found themselves trapped, cliffs behind them, fire below. "Fly," Luno barked, "you can make it." "I can't leave you," Aris replied. His wings were still not strong enough for the long flight. "You must," said the wolf, eyes filled with tears of courage. "You were born for the sky. If one of us survives, let it be you." The fire roared closer. Aris's heart shattered. He spread his wings wide for the first time since his fall and jumped into the inferno of wind and ash. He soared upward, higher than ever before, wings cutting through the smoke, fire reflecting in his golden eyes. But as he looked down, Luno was gone. That moment carved a scar in Aris's heart forever. The lonely sky. Years passed, the land below changed. The once green valley was now a sea of ash. Rivers turned to stone. The air was quiet, too quiet. Aris became the last of his kind. He hunted alone, slept alone, and in every storm he heard the echo of Luno's bark, a ghost in the wind. He had become a legend, the eagle of the eternal sky, but inside, he was just a lonely heart beating against the silence of time. One day, while gliding over the desolate valley, he saw something below movement, small, weak, but alive, a baby eagle trapped in a fallen nest. Aris swooped down, heart trembling. The chick was injured, its wing broken, its eyes wide with fear. Without hesitation, Aris wrapped his massive wings around it. And for the first time since Luno's death, he felt purpose again. The legacy of the sky. Aris fed the chick, protected it from storms, and taught it the ways of the wind. He named her Solara, meaning sun-born, for she came when light was nearly lost. But life was not done testing him. One night, a pack of predators climbed the cliffs, hungry and desperate. Aris fought with every ounce of his strength. Talons slashed, wings struck, feathers tore, but he did not yield. By dawn, the predators lay defeated. Aris stood, bleeding and weak, but Solara was safe. He looked at the rising sun, his wings spread wide, knowing this would be his last flight. With the wind beneath him, he soared once more, one final time, into the golden light of morning. From that day, whenever the sun rose over the cliffs, the creatures of the valley swore they saw a great eagle's shadow in the sky, watching, guarding, reminding them of the bond that defied extinction. 1,000,000 years later. The world has changed. Forests have vanished, oceans shifted, and humanity now walks where ancient giants once roamed. But somewhere in the DNA of every living bird, every hawk, every eagle lives a trace of Aris. A memory of courage. A whisper of friendship. A call of hope. Because even when everything burns, kindness and courage survive.